Good afternoon, I'm Ed Lingao. This is One News Now. Mass testing remains a priority for the city of Marikina. Today, they began testing City Hall employees. For the latest update on the ground, we have Jenny Don live from Marikina. Jenny, kamusta kayo dyan?
Bok, the local government unit of Marikina City encouraged their own employees to get tested for COVID-19. Officials want to ensure safety at the City Hall where a lot of services are being discharged. Some workers or employees admitted that they're a little bit nervous about the outcome of the test. But overall, they acknowledge the importance of getting tested. According to Marikina Mayor Marcy Teodoro, there are 2,800 City Hall employees. The target is to finish testing all of them within 1 week. If an employee tests positive for the coronavirus using these rapid test kits, they will be subjected to another round of tests, this time using PCR kits. Mayor Teodoro insists this is not a one-time big-time testing session. They will do random testing from time to time in market areas, groceries, and also in transport terminals. And after the lifting of GCQ or MECQ, the city government will also hold random testing in the 243 settlement areas and 189 subdivisions in Marikina. The mayor admits the LGU will shell out millions of pesos for the program, but he said they've decided to realign the budget of the city.
Surveillance testing na gagawin to make sure na COVID-free yung mga workplace natin. Kasi we recognize the fact na yung effect dito is not hindi lamang sa kalusugan, hindi lang sa health aspect. Socially, and more importantly, what we're experiencing now is yung economic impact nito, negative impact. Ayaw natin matigil yung operation sa isang industrial plant o manufacturing plant dahil may COVID case. Gusto natin vibrant yung activity sa mga department stores, sa mga malls natin, sa mga pamilyahan natin. Dahil yung mga tao may confidence, may tiwala na pumunta dahil alam nila na COVID-free yung lugar.
Ed Teodoro noted that although the national government is not keen on mass testing, Marikina City LGU wants to do it as a precautionary measure. Their end goal is to have or to achieve a COVID-free Marikina. Meanwhile, they also tested 5,000 pedicab and tricycle drivers, and 6 of them tested positive for coronavirus, despite being asymptomatic. Ed.
Bok, let's talk about percentages. More or less, ilang porsyento ng populasyon ang gustong i-testing ng Marikina?
Ed, sa usapin ng porsyento, walang sinabi si Mayor Teodoro. Pero ang sinasabi niya dito, ang una nilang itetest, itong mga frontliner or itong mga government employees nila, at target din nilang itest yung mga gustong magpa-test pa. Ang sinasabi niya, pag once na lift na itong GCQ or MSCQ dito sa Marikina City, ay magkakaroon din po sila ng random testing doon naman sa 243 or 49 na settlement areas at saka 189 subdivisions dito sa Marikina City. So sinasabi niya na malaking halaga talaga ito, Bok, dahil ang pinupunto niya rin dito, hindi lang isahan itong testing na ito. Part na rin ng kanilang new normal, yung tuloy-tuloy na testing sa mga gustong magpa-test, Bok.
Okay, Bok, teka, sabi mo, pwede ka magpa-test kung gusto mo magpa-test basta ikaw ay taga Marikina. So ibig sabihin, hindi sila namimili na tipong ikaw pwede, ikaw hindi kailangan. So if you want to get tested as a Marikenyo, you can.
Yes, Bok, yan ang malino na sinabi ni Mayor Marcy Teodoro. Libre din ito, Bok, at libre ito sa lahat ng mga Marikenyo na gustong magpa-test. Sa ngayon lang daw kasi inuuna lamang nila itong mga employees, itong mga frontliner o itong mga residente ng Marikina na everyday exposed dito nga sa publiko, Bok.
Okay. Tapos, Bok, nabanggit mo rin na meron silang random testing pero so far, at least yung random testing nila dun sa mga resettlement areas. Pero dun sa general population, wala pang nababanggit kung meron silang random testing.
Ang sabi dito ni Mayor Marcy Teodoro, Bok, ay magsasagawa din sila dito sa mga areas na doon, doon sa mga residente dito sa Marikina City, inuuna lamang nila itong mga frontliners. Pero part na rin doon ng kanilang new normal na itong sinasabi niya, settlement areas, pati doon sa mga subdivisions, nakatira subdivisions, ay sasailalin din doon sa random testing box.
Okay. So pati yung general population merong random testing. Sige, maraming salamat, Jenny Don. More than 14,000 overseas workers are set to go home this month after testing negative for COVID-19. The Philippine Coast Guard says these overseas workers were already issued a quarantine clearance and may now go home. These include the seafarers who have completed the 14-day mandatory quarantine at a facility in Tondo, Manila. Some 500 overseas workers have tested positive for the new coronavirus. They were brought to isolation or treatment facilities. That's good news for those who are finally going home to their families. But for overseas workers who are still in quarantine facilities, the long wait could take its toll on their well-being. Camille Samonte tells us more.
Being isolated for more than a month and facing uncertainty in the time of a pandemic can take a toll on everyone. It's even harder for overseas Filipino workers who are back in the country but have yet to see their family. A lot of them have been staying at hotels waiting for their COVID-19 test results. Nerio De Quito says not knowing whether he's positive of the virus or not is like mental torture.
Mentally tortured ako pag nasa loob ng room. For how many days? Almost a month now. Walang nakakalabas ng buo kami pag nag-test. Yung test kami. Tapos hindi rin mo kami makakalabas ng room. Medyo nakakapraning Yung sa dami ko nang iniisip mo, hindi ka na makatulog. Unang-una ko yung parang isa ka lang sa kwarto nga. So kung ano-ano na yung mga iniisip mo, wala kang makakausap. Tapos dadagdagan ko yung sa tagal na po, yung result hindi pa humalaman-laman. Yung result namin kung ano ba talaga yung nangyari, nawawala daw. So naghalo-halo na mo lahat So alam mo yung gano'n pag-torture yun, ang sa araw-araw iniisip mo
Nerio works on a cruise ship. He has been in isolation at a hotel in Pasay City for almost a month. He arrived in the Philippines last April 25, along with more than 100 seafarers. They all have undergone PCR-based testing, but unfortunately for some, the agency says their test results are missing.
Di ba lang matagal yung certificate? Walang issue sa akin yun. Ang issue is, hindi ko lumalabas yung result. Parang wala akong linaw na ano ho ba yung gagawin? Ano ang gagawin? Hahanapin pa ho ba? Makahanap ho ba? Lahat ho kami dito, isang grupo. Isang hotel ho kami na swab test. Sa isang date lang ho. Tapos 13 ho kami, nawawala, hindi ko makita. Yung iba ko nakita lahat, makauwi na.
In a text message sent to News 5, the Philippine Coast Guard says they're only encoding the results that are being forwarded to them by Philippine Red Cross. Dr. Camille Garcia says OFWs who are still in quarantine consider stress and anxiety levels rise. Yes, they're back in the country after spending time abroad, but they still apart from their family. It may be a cliche, but it's a case of being so near yet so far.
Ito yung sitwasyon na hindi makontrol ng kahit na silang tao. So, mas lalo kang mag-iisip ng kung ano-ano, mas lalong negatibo yung mga intrusion of thoughts natin. Kaya merong tendency na nagkakaroon ng mental issues pagdating sa ganitong pagkakataon dahil nga hindi mo alam bakit gano'n? Alam namin 14 days lang, bakit umabot sa ganito? So, the uncertainty na nararamdaman ng mga taong ito, lalo na galing na nga sila sa ibang bansa, ang tagal-tagal na nilang hindi nakita yung pamilya nila, lalo nag-i-intensify yung possibility of anxiety and depression.
Dr. Garcia says restricting outdoor activities and social interaction may have also contributed to their anxiety. She urges government to provide activities for OFWs in isolation. Garcia suggests to families of OFWs under quarantine to regularly keep in touch so they could check on their situation.
Hindi po masama na sabihin nyo na naiinip kayo. Hindi rin po masama na maiiyak kayo sa nangyayari. It's a normal thing. Pero Ang masama, kung umabot siya ng more than 48 hours, iyak na kayo ng iyak. And then, at the same time, yung lalong nagiging balisa at hindi kayo nakakatulog. Siguro at that point, pwede ang concerns natin, makausap natin sila to make them feel na talagang i-assure natin sa kanila na ito ang dapat natin gawin. Ito yung pwede nyo gawin.
There are just a few things a person can do on his own while being surrounded by four walls. So if it reaches a point where the OFW finds it difficult to cope with the situation, Dr. Garcia recommends asking for a counselor or request other mental health support services. For News 5, Camille Samonte, we are One News.
We will be back with more stories after the break. Stay with us on One News. Good afternoon, I'm Ed Lingal. This is One News Now. The Philippine National Police apprehended over 1,000 people for breach quarantine protocols in the past couple of days. Data from the PNP show that 1,152 people have been arrested beginning Wednesday. 918 of the violators are from Luzon, 153 offenders were caught in Mindanao, and 81 from Visayas. Since March 17, over 170,000 people have been apprehended for allegedly defying quarantine protocols. Of that number, more than 50,000 have been detained. The Philippine National Police reaffirms its commitment to assist the Department of Social Welfare and Development in the distribution of the second tranche of the Social Amelioration Program. In an interview on 1PH, PNP spokesman Bernard Banak says they will most likely deploy policemen in remote areas where there are security threats and not in Metro Manila. Banak adds that the PNP will still tap LGUs and barangay officials to help them distribute the second tranche of the cash aid.
Ang PNP po ay widely distributed nationwide. Lahat po ng mga barangay ay may presensya po ng PNP at may mga
Yes.
patrol cars at lahat magagamit natin yan. No? Pero initially, ang update na nakuha natin ngayong araw na to ay hindi kabilang ang Metro Manila. No? So doon tayo sa mga lugar na kinakailangang maabot kagad, no? Lalo na yung mga malalayo, mga isolated.
We will be back with more stories after the break. Stay with us on One News. Good afternoon, I'm Miguel. This is One News Now. The number of Filipino families experiencing hunger nearly doubled as parts of the country were quarantined due to COVID-19. The latest SWS survey shows that 16.7% have experienced involuntary hunger due to lack of food for at least once over the past 3 months. This translates to around 4.2 million Filipinos nationwide. The number is actually the sum of those who experience moderate hunger and severe hunger. 13.9% of the respondents say they have had moderate hunger or have experienced hunger once or a few times during this period. Meanwhile, 2.8% or almost 700,000 families have had severe hunger or experienced hunger always or often. The sharpest increase was recorded in Metro Manila, which is considered the epicenter of the lockdowns. Figures also doubled in Balanced Luzon and Mindanao since the last quarter of 2019. The Philippines is looking to gain access to a new contact tracing software jointly developed by Google and Apple. The two tech giants rolled out the Exposure Notification Technology System, which can improve contact tracing apps to make them more accurate, reliable, and effective. Once available in the Philippines, it will be incorporated into the country's own health reporting and contact tracing software, StaySafe.ph. Google and Apple say that the software can fix usual problems with contact tracing apps, such as interoperability between devices, battery life, and privacy concerns. For more updates, follow News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World Online. I'm Ed Lingao. We are One News.